Good morning NFI, it's me, I'm back. It's great to be vlogging for you again. I love how many friends I've made because of this channel, and by how many I mean like 4, but still every single one of you count. And the reason I mention this is because this week's theme is friendship and the importance of friendship, and I thought it is only fitting. So I have the dreaded Sunday slot, which means that anything that can be said about friendship has been said over the course of the week. But that's okay. It only means we're gonna have to dig deeper while talking about friendship, and we can do that, right? Come on.
Oh, the nerd fighters!
So I have a lot of friends and I'm very grateful for every single one of them. But for the purpose of this video, let's talk about 3 of them. Okay, so one of them is a bloke from school. I met him in 5th or 6th grade, which means we must have been like 10 or 11 years old. And he is super intelligent. Like, one of the reasons he came into my life, like one of the reasons I noticed him is because he was so smart. We were always competing for the top position. I was also very smart. So anyway, he's very smart. Right now he's acing med school, and if you are studying medicine, you know that acing med school is a big ass deal. And I'm friends with him for a lot of reasons. He's a great guy, he's a good friend, he's brilliant. But I'm friends with a lot of people for those reasons. Like, what is it about my friendship with him that is very unique? And this comes down to his intelligence. For the most part, we are on the same wavelength. I know what he's thinking. I can predict his jokes before he cracks them. Our minds work on the same wavelength. And yet sometimes, on these rare, beautiful occasions, he thinks really differently, and he shares what he's thinking, and he makes me look at the world differently. I think we should always have people in our lives who help us look at the world differently. It helps us grow as people, and that's very important. It isn't a very sentimental reason, which is something I have sort of grown to expect when it comes to relationships, human relationships. But I think this is just as valid as a reason. And my other 2 friends, I met them a bit later in life, in junior college, which is like the last 2 years of the American high school education systems, whatever. So these friends, this couple, they're the kind of people I can imagine being friends with for the rest of my life. And I know, like, we say this for a lot of people, but I genuinely believe it. I have this insecurity, and I think it is a pretty common insecurity, but maybe it's just me. I'm not really sure, but I think it's very common. I have this fear that one day all of my friends are gonna get up and say, it was just a big joke, we're not really friends with you, it was just a big joke on you. And I know it's irrational. Fears are not always rational, okay? But when I'm with a group of friends, I always have this insecurity, like, they are just waiting for me to leave so they can talk about how much I suck, or they are planning on leaving me all of a sudden. But when I'm with these 2, this insecurity goes away. I'm sure they're always going to be there for me. I never have to worry that they are in on a joke against me. And I think that's very important. We should be friends with people who make us forget our insecurities. I'm making it sound like a friendship is supposed to give me everything. But that's not true. It should be a 2-way thing. If my friends are leaving a meaningful impact on my life, I should always try and be the best version of myself to leave a meaningful impact in their lives. It should be a 2-way thing. You can't expect your friends to help you grow and help you be secure in your life if you're not going to do the same. That's kind of how friendship works. Like, with love, there's always a chance of unrequited love, but with friendship, it's always a 2-way thing. You can't be friends with someone unless they're not friends with you, you know? Where was I going with this? Yeah, Be a good friend. Choose people who are good friends to you. Cherish them. Sierra, we'll see you tomorrow with a whole new topic, a brand new theme, a whole new week. Woohoo!